All right. I will leave up our disclaimer just for a couple more seconds. You guys can get settled in. You're just going to need your mat today. You can look this over. And we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks, friends. There we go. All right, team, welcome in. I'm Katie, and this is your deep stretch. So today you're just going to need your mat. If your balance is not your best or your favorite thing, I do recommend having a chair. So some of you may have noticed I'm getting pretty pregnant. So I'm still going to give you the same amount of modifications, but I'll be joining you in a lot more of those modifications than I typically do over the next few weeks. So when you're ready, we're actually going to start standing today. So make your way to kind of the middle of your space, and we will get to stretching. So feet are just outside your hips to start. I want you to roll those shoulders up, back, and down for me. Just kind of try to relax those arms, release any tension you might be holding on to. Stand up nice and tall. We can close those eyes just for a moment, or you can look down toward the floor. And let's just take a couple deep breaths in and out here. Good. Noticing, kind of acknowledging anywhere that you've got some stress or tension or any pain in your body. Just try to breathe into it for the next few moments. Good. Deep, full inhales. Think of 360-degree breathing all the way around, front, sides, backs of that rib cage. Good. Try to let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Let's take one more deep breath in. And long breath out. Perfect. All right, shake out your legs, shake out those arms for me. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Bring some awareness to your core here just to support yourself, protect that low back. So drawing the belly button in and up. And let's inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, and we'll start with just a few side bends today. So go ahead, reaching up and over to each side of the room. Good, you can stay with me, you can speed it up, slow it down. That goes for anything that we will do today. Do what feels right, what works best for you. This is a feel-good class. Perfect. So think of reaching up and over, keeping those shoulders down away from your face. Good. Leaning into that side bend a little bit more each time as we start to get a little bit warmer. Perfect. Keep reaching through those fingertips. Good. Go ahead, reach it up and over to the right, and I want you to hold it, or left, doesn't matter which side. We will do both of them. Try to rotate that top shoulder back so the chest is open, the shoulders are stacked. We're breathing all the way down through that left side. If you'd like, you can take that right hand, grab onto the left wrist. Give it just the gentlest little tug. Good, make sure you're breathing, relaxing your face. Inhale, exhale, release that grip. We're gonna take it up and over to the left. Same thing here, soft knees, awareness in the core, top shoulder rotating back, reaching up and over. Take a deep breath into that right side of your rib cage. Perfect, and if you'd like, left hand can grab onto that right wrist. Perfect, just a tiny pull there, lengthening everything out. Very nice. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach it back up to the center and release those arms. Just shake them out for me across your chest, open and close. You can take some circles around, forward or back. Whatever feels best for you here, kind of whatever that rotator cuff needs. And then we're gonna start to work our way down toward our legs. All right, arms reach out. We're gonna take some windmills here. Shoulders drop down, palms are down. We're reaching through those fingertips. Want you to lock those shoulder blades into place, soften the knees. Deep inhale. Exhale, go ahead, take your right hand. We're reaching for the left foot, and then we come right back up to the center so we can take the other side. So here, feel free to take the feet a little bit wider if you want. Feel free to bend those knees as much as you want. I do want you lengthening through your spine here though. Try not to hunch over. Try not to get too wrapped up in touching your foot. I don't care if you can touch the floor. I really don't. I care if you can feel that stretch in your back and hamstrings. So if that means you just reach in front of you a little bit and you can already feel it, awesome. Keep going right there. Good. Do me a favor, slow down wherever you are. Good. Deepen those breaths. So you get a nice little torso rotation here and a lot of love for that low back and those hamstrings. Right from the bottom of your booty to the top of that knee, maybe even further down the leg too. Perfect. Just a couple more of these. Shoulders keep pressing down. Perfect. Left hand to the right foot and hold it. Right hand, it can keep reaching up or to your side. You can rest it at your low back if you want, or you can reach it down toward that right leg too, whatever works. Perfect. Relax your head. No tension in that neck. Perfect. Are you breathing? Lengthen through the spine, deepen the breath. Perfect. Deep inhale. As you exhale, bring it back up to standing. Reach those arms out. Right hand toward the left foot. Perfect. Other arm, it can rest, it can relax at your side, at your low back. You can reach down for the floor too. Whatever you need. Perfect. Relax your face, no tension in the jaw. Every exhale, I want you to sink in a little bit deeper here. Soften the knees. We don't need to lock out any of those joints. Focusing on those muscles today. Good, about 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale carefully. Roll it up to standing. Give me a deep inhale, reach those arms up high. As you exhale, forward fold, you can bring those feet in, kind of right underneath the hips, maybe a little more narrow. Up to you. And then let's inhale, find that half lift for me. Hands to the tops of your shins, your thighs. If you can flatten out your back, keeping the fingertips on the floor, go for it. Good, chin is tucked, lengthening through the crown of your head and your tailbone. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Let's find the rest of that sun salutation. Bend your knees, hands come down to the floor, step it back to your high plank, hold it. Body is a nice straight line, right? From your head to your heels. If you'd like to modify this, you can float the knees down to the floor. And let's chaturanga, hug the elbows in, lower chest to mat. Sweep it through, find that cobra, bending the elbows as much as your heart desires. And exhale, find that downward dog, hips up and back. Go ahead, pedal out those heels, bending one knee, driving the opposite heel down to the floor. Good, spread out your fingers, press those palms down into the floor. Looking at the toes here, or just between those legs toward the wall behind you. Very nice. Press both heels down at the same time for me. Lengthen out. Good. Feel everything lengthening. Straight line. Head to tailbone, and then tailbone down to those heels. Perfect. Bend your knees, tiptoe those feet up to your hands. Give me another half lift. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, release, forward fold. Hold it here. So we gave the hamstrings quite a bit of love early on today. So see if maybe you can fold in a little bit deeper than you normally can. Perfect. Soft bend in the knees. Tuck your chin. Slowly roll back up to standing. Stacking each vertebrae on top of the last. Perfect. Stand up nice and tall for me here. Find your mountain pose. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Release something. Relax the shoulders. Let something go. And one more sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale, reach for your toes. Right into that half lift. Flatten out your back. Good. And release. Hands to the floor. Step it back into that high plank. Knees or toes. Take that chaturanga, or you can just head right back into that down dog, whatever you'd like. Good. Pedal it out when you get there, please. Good, working those heels closer and closer to the floor. Go ahead, drive them both down. Very nice. Good, deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're stepping the right foot forward into a low lunge. So right heel directly below the right knee. And you can stay right here or come with me. We're gonna add a little bit of movement. Inhale, right arm reaches up, little twist, stack the shoulders, lower it down. And we'll do that again. Reach it up and lower down. Good. Two more. Reach. Feel that twist. Good. Lower down. And one more. Reach it up and lower down. Let's sink into that lunge, dropping into those hips, engaging the glutes. And take the littlest rock here, side to side. Perfect. Just feel those hips open up a little bit more. Feel yourself getting a little bit more comfortable in that stretch, hopefully. Perfect. And hold it in the center. Good, deep in the breath. Inhale. Exhale, step back to your down dog. Let's do it on the other side. Left foot steps through, find that low lunge. Pressing energy out of that back heel. Front heel is planted on the floor. Inhale with me. Reach that left arm up for a twist if you'd like. And lower down. We'll take 4 of these. Feel free to take it at your own pace. Good. If you'd like, you can follow that hand with your eyes, adding an extra little twist, extra little balance challenge. Let's take one more. Good. And hold it down. Let's sink into those hips, checking and making sure the knee is still right on top of that ankle, and a little shift in the weight side to side. Engaging the glutes here, really dropping into those hips. Good, keeping that back leg nice and active, nice and strong. Good, check in with your breath. Good, meet me back in the middle. Deep inhale. Exhale, step it back down, dog. Shake it out. And because we almost always run out of time when I'm about to take you guys through a pigeon stretch, we're going to make sure we get that in today. So I want you to take your right leg, kick it up and back for me. We're just going to be there for a second. We'll bend that right knee. Now take your right foot, try to sweep it up toward your left hand. Doesn't have to be close to it, that's just where it's headed. We'll drop the back knee, extend the back leg, keep the hips centered here. We're pressing the left hip forward, pulling the right hip back. Good. Sink in here, soften the elbows. You can walk it forward with your hands. You can lower down to forearms. My favorite, you can stack your hands into fists and then rest your forehead on that top hand. And that forces our neck to stay lined up with our spine. Now, if all of this is just way too much and your hips are like, no, not today, that happens and that's okay. I want you to bend your back knee, find a 90-90 stretch or something like 90 and 90, and just hinge it forward. You're gonna feel those same muscles stretching out. Good, and we're here for a while. This can be a very like cranky stretch. Our hips have a lot to say. They hold a lot of stress, a lot of tension for us. We're going to give them ample time to lengthen out. And make sure wherever you are, those hips are kind of staying level and center, pressing left hip forward, thinking of pulling that right hip back, really breathing into the outside of that right hip and glute. Good. Everyone, make your way back up onto your hands if you're not there already. And we're just going to take a tiny twist here. So walk your hands over to kind of the right side of the room. Lengthen through the spine. You can hinge forward a little bit if you want. And we'll just stay here for 2 breaths. In and out. Good. In and out. Walk it back to the center. However you are most comfortable, make your way back into your down dog. So you can just curl the back toes, lift the knee up, step it back, whatever you're feeling. Make your way there. When you're ready, left leg will rise. Kick it up and back, single leg dog, bend that knee, and then sweep that left foot toward the right wrist. Extend that back leg. Hips stay centered, chest can stay lifted as high as you want, or you can start to fold it forward. Modified, you'll just bend that back knee in, start up a little bit higher. Good. Relax your face. Good. Right hip pressing forward, left hip pulling back here. Awareness, lengthen that spine. Again, we're here for a while. Embrace the stillness. Good. Breathe into it. Again, hips do a lot for us. They get tight, they get uncomfortable. Got to combat that. Shoulders, relax them down. Doing great. Good. On your next exhale, can you sink in a little bit more? Maybe hinge forward a touch more. Maybe just deepen the breath a little bit more. Bring that attention. Focus it toward that left hip a little bit more. Just something a little bit more. Awesome, friends. Good job. Carefully, let's make our way back up. And wherever you are, we're just kind of going to fall over onto that left hip. Swing the right leg around in front of us and meet me in a comfortable seated position. We're going to open up the chest and shoulders a little bit more here. So sit up nice and tall for me. Lengthen through the crown of your head like puppet. Good. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Bend the elbow. Hand is kind of in the center of your back here, right in between those shoulder blades. It's depending on, 1, your range of motion, 2, how long your arms are. Left hand scoops behind and we're reaching those fingertips, trying to clasp them together or something like that. Good, now lift your chin for me. Lengthen the spine back out. Reminder, we've done this one a few times before, but you can always use a belt or a scarf. If you have a yoga strap, that will also work really well. And just hold on to either side of it with each hand. Keep inching those fingers together. Good. Lift the chin, one more deep breath in. Carefully release, exhale. Shake that out. Let's try the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Bend that elbow, palm toward the center of your back. Right hand scoops behind and we reach those fingers toward each other. Good. Trying to interlace or interlock them behind you. Keep your chin lifted. Keep everything nice and tall. Lengthen. So from the back, like this. So reaching. One side will most likely be more comfortable, have a bigger range of motion than the other. It's normal. We just keep working both of them. Good, just a couple more seconds here. Breathe, chin up. Reach. Perfect, and carefully release. All right, hands behind your back. You can keep the fingertips on the floor. You can interlace the fingers or reach for opposite hands. Open up that chest, close your eyes. Perfect, nice and heavy. Right ear drops over to the right shoulder. Good, feel that left side of your neck open up. Good, keep pulling the shoulders back. If you are not one to close your eyes, if that's just not comfortable for you, just look down the bridge of your nose, or you can just look down toward the floor. Perfect. Keep opening up that chest. On your next exhale, take your head up and over, other side. Good, let your head feel heavy. If you need to, pull your focus, your attention back to the breathing. Good. Gently bring your head back to the center. Release those arms, flutter those eyes open. And I have a new stretch for you guys. Go ahead, bend your knees. We're gonna roll down onto our backs. Keep your knees bent, your feet planted into the floor. Hands down at your sides to start. So this one's kind of weird. It took me a couple of tries to be like, oh, now I get it. But you're gonna take your right arm. Go ahead, reach it up and overhead to start. And I want you to take that right hand and really reach toward the back left corner of the room. We're gonna lift the hips up like we're doing a glute bridge. Kind of start to roll toward that left side or your left shoulder. Peeling the right shoulder up and off the floor is really big for me to feel this stretch. And I really want you to keep reaching toward that back corner. Feel that stretch all the way through your upper back, obviously mostly on that right side. Good, keep the hips up high. Beautiful, and release it. Let's switch. So right hand down to your side, left arm up. Good, give me that little roll. Reach left hand toward the back right corner of the room. We're gonna lift the hips up like a glute bridge. Now kind of roll over onto that right side. Really reach that left arm up and over. Good, reach a little bit more. Hips stay high, breathe. You control that range of motion at the hips and at the shoulders. Good, breathe for me. Easy one to hold your breath. Good, and exhale, release. Feel free to keep working on that one if you want. Otherwise, hands down at your sides. You can take them a little bit wider if you'd like. Take a little rock here, side to side with the knees. Good, lengthen your spine, relax that jaw. Perfect. And hug those knees into your chest. Releasing that low back, deep inhale. And exhale, roll it over to one side. You can press yourself back up to standing, or you can keep lying down. Whatever you have time for, really. If and when you are ready, we'll take one more deep breath together today. Inhale those arms up. Exhale your hands down to your heart center. And you guys are done. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you later this week for your quick stretch. See ya.